guys, welcome into the album review for today. The first, the second, the thing, I don't even know. Anyways, today I'm reviewing One Direction and their new album, Midnight Memories. It came out yesterday, actually Monday, really, for the most part, because they're in England, they have an England release date. So, therefore, they released it on Monday, November 25th, I think it was. Yeah, they released it on Monday, November 25th, and actually, it's a really good album, and I honestly really liked it. For the most part, I know the lead single, Best Song Ever, it was a really good song, and it really captured, you know, your view of One Direction, and I mean, I'm not saying that One Direction sucks or anything, or whatever. Actually, I wasn't even forced to this album review. I actually wanted to do it. But, for the most part, there are only a few songs that I didn't like, and they were probably Midnight Memories and a few other ones. But, for the most part, I did love the album, and it's coming from me, and it's really weird, but honestly, it's probably their best album they've ever created. One Direction released their third album in 3 magnificent years. It's been 3 years, yes, 3 years since What Makes You Beautiful came out on the radio back in 2011. Now it's time for their new album, and honestly, yeah, it seems like they haven't done much since What Makes You Beautiful, because, I mean, nothing has been that much of a hit. So, but I will say that this album, even though it doesn't have many hit songs on it, it does really do a really good job of, you know, working well together as a whole. And that's something that I always look for in an album, because it just makes it all the better, you know what I'm saying? So, the album begins with a song called Best Song Ever, and then it continues, you know, you get the rhythm of it, it's really catchy, and the Best Song Ever sounds like, you know, it sounds like they're trying to do something with, you know, it's really catchy, it's really fun, it's a fun song to listen to. But then you get into, you know, the second song, and it's not that fun, you know what I'm saying? The next song on the album is titled Story of My Life. It's actually, it sounds like Mumford & Sons, which is why I like it so much. And it's again, it sounds like Mumford & Sons. It's called Story of My Life. And honestly, I when that song came out, it got me hyped for this album. Like, they are really, really pumped, you know? It kind of, you know, made me want to listen to the album more. So I really think they're expanding their fan base, and they're getting more fans every single year. And then you get a song like Diana, which is not bad, it's not good, it's just kind of average, you know, and it's just a song, you know, I guess. But the song that really pissed me off was probably Midnight Memories. And the only reason I say that is because it sounds exactly, and when I say exactly, I mean it's like riff for riff. It's the same chord progression, it's the same goddamn everything. And it's the same thing as Def Leppard's Pour Some Sugar on Me. You could see why it would piss some people off, you know what I'm saying? And honestly, I don't really like it. It's a song, you know, it's pretty catchy, it's pretty good, but they totally stole the fucking riff from Def Leppard, and it's kind of, you know, the same thing, so whatever. It sounds like a classic rock type deal, and it's just whatever. But anyways, let's move on. Okay, so basically I'm going to start off with the negatives, just because I'm that way. I guess I'm a little pessimistic today. So I'm going to start off with the negatives of this album, and basically the first few tracks, you know, are basically really unoriginal. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. It just sounds so unoriginal, it's unbelievable, and that's the only thing I don't like about this album, to be honest. There isn't much going on from a creative standpoint. Again, it's unoriginal as fuck. I did mention before that Midnight Memories sounds like Def Leppard, and again, then you have Story of My Life, which sounds like Mumford & Sons. So there you go, it's not original at all. Best Song Ever is like kind of original at some points, but I will respect the fact that One Direction wrote this album. Because I know a lot of bands don't write their own material, and that kind of pisses me off. So, I mean, to the fact that Wikipedia says that One Direction did write most of these songs, I will respect that, and that is pretty awesome from their standpoint as a band. So I will respect them in that regard. But I will not say that this album is very creative, because it honestly isn't. They're searching for more creativity. They're lacking that, and it's kind of depressing at most of the time. So I mean, it was a great listen, but again, it's not creative at all. I also noticed that when a band releases more, I mean, there's 18 fucking tracks on this album. There's 18 goddamn tracks, and they released a new album within a year. And honestly, it doesn't sound the best because it feels rushed. Because I mean, when a band releases an album every single fucking year for the next like 3 years in a row, it kind of, you know, it takes away from the fact that, you know, we're gonna spend time on this, because there's a lot of bands that will release albums year after year, but they'll only have like 10 or 12 songs on the album. This band, the One Direction, has 18 goddamn songs on this album, and it feels kind of rushed to me, and it's just not the thing that, you know, I want to say. But I did enjoy this album to an extent. But I thought it felt rushed. It was uncreative. It was just, you know, But I will say that it was, again, a fun listen. It was a fun album to listen to. It was great. It was one. The verdict, as of right now, I would definitely highly recommend listening to Story of My Life, Happily, and Little Black Dress, just because those are pretty good songs, and you should listen to them. Not saying you should, but you should. There you go. I don't know. Anyways, so definitely recommend listening to it. It's great. Even if you're not a Directioner, it's a great album. It's just perfect, you know, and stuff. So definitely highly recommend listening to it. Check it out. You can download. The link to download is in the description below. You guys check it out there. I'm Brad, and again, I will see you guys next time. You guys can also check out my next week's review is for Simple Plan and their new album, Get Your Heart On, The Second Coming. You guys check it out there. Yeah, and written review, again, all links and more. Facebook, Twitter, Google+, all links and more in the description below. See you guys later. Bye!
And we dance on